Hello my little subjects, it is I, your Kingofdoom11, you join me back with some more Waterpark Simulator, and after speaking to Master Yoga, we just gotta let a guest, 100 guests in the saunas relax. But something I unlocked, which I'm going to look at, which I think I unlocked, if it's what I think it is. Prestige canister, designed for, trash capacity 8. 7, so that's another trash can. Aquaflush, new toilet. Oh, it'll be in pools because it's a sauna. Yeah, new modern sauna. Compared to the old one. Seems exactly the same. Oh, fancy. Cool. Right. You know, I have the money, really. I could swap out all of these bins as well. But I might as well just wait until I get to the 5-star bins, because they take 10. Right, so 100 people in saunas, let's go. Not you. God, if you moved around that much, you wouldn't be the size that you are. Huh? Hey, Fetty Whopper. Oh, shark. pervert! You pervert. Morgan's drowning. Somebody fix Morgan. That's a good thing I didn't tase the other guy. Actually, funny enough, my ex-girlfriend, they couldn't swim. I couldn't swim. That was... Nobody has relaxed in the new sauna. What the frick? It's ready. LeBron James. Please, I want somebody to go in sauna. No. Wait, hang on. I can rotate this like this. He's going down a slide. Yeah. Woohoo! Gotcha. There we go. Hit him with the no look. Fatty Whopper. Oh, I have enough. Research points, I've got 13. Now squeeze me real quickly. Whoop. To get level 4, now everyone will be paying higher prices. Not today, Vandal. Yar. Mom, pick me. That is what you ordered. Ah. Bliss. Oh, sorry. My bad. Let me guess, Vandal? Nope. Cheetah. Almost as bad. Damn you, Tio. Yeah, you see, no one will believe you. Right in the junk. Oh, she was peeing. Damn, Sylvia. Ooh. Hello. Where'd the trash at? Oh, there. I received a fine for an ambulance dispatch. Well, he shouldn't have been cheating. See, he's fine. I've had 4 out of 100 people rest in my sauna. Rest with masturbation. Rest and masturbation. Kalani. Whoop. Kobe. Yeet. LeBron James. Someone else is going down the slide. Yeah, whee! And kasploosh. Whoop. Kobe. Yeah. Okay, so 6 out of 100 people has used my new sauna. I like it. It's fancy. It's very demure. Oh, people are trapped on diving boards. Well, let's get a little bit extra money out of them, shall we? Whoop. They like making weird noises, don't they? Yeet. 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 Oh, I missed up. Damn it. Son of a... $109,000 I've made so far. So in 60 days, say 60 days, I've made that. So that means in 600 days, I'd make $1 million. So 2 years, make $1 million in 2 years. Ain't bad. Then do those two, so I need 13 more, and then 13, 21, 29, 39, 54, and then, so I need 54 total before I can get everything else except for faster than light movement. Oh, no, drowned. It was a shit movie. I have 2 lifeguards. Wait, hang on. Let me... put a couple more shelves down there. I could put the lemonade and ice cream and hot dog stand here. If I really wanted to. Yeah, I'm not gonna sort the showers out until I can get to until I can get the 5-star showers. It's funny not hearing any music. Wait, who's that? Oh, it's my worker. It's a new worker I hired. I wondered who that was. It's just... I was just swimming around. I'm thinking, oh, it's a cheater. And it turns out he wasn't even a cheater. He's a member of staff. And I tased him. Skylar. I do like the name Skylar. I've got 7 out of a hundo. They're gonna need restocking. Ooh, money. More like I need it. Kobe. Ooh. Money. I'm sorry, that's what you get for running into me. You got a shoulder to the face. Five fingers in your face. Woo! Ooh, hello. 360. Oh. Did it wrong. 360. There you go. 360. Oh guys, I'll be making a satisfactory video tomorrow. Obviously there's still no Alex, she's having computer problems. But I'm going to be showing you guys something that I've built that is insane. That's all I'm gonna say. And I don't even need to I don't need to do anything. Really, I don't. Except for just emptying the bins. Well, I don't even need to do that. I just like doing it. Because I get money. It's... Ooh! It's satisfying. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, girl, what's Greta Thunberg doing? She's probably saying this is bad for the environment. See, that's what I find funny. Like, environmentalists like Greta Thunberg go on about this, that, and the other about like on the environment, but everything she says about the environment couldn't be further from the truth. And all that. People don't realise. I know this is general. Like, it's genuine. You can look it up. An actual electric vehicle is 63% more polluting than an internal combustion engine. You maybe think, well, it runs on electricity. It can't be. It's only up until recently that people started factoring in the production stage. And even if you factor in the production stage of, like, collecting, cracking the oil, and fracking the oil, or fracking and refining the oil, like, distilling it and turning it into petrol, diesel, kerosene, jet fuel, whatever, and then you build the internal combustion engine, right? But even if you add all that together, right? An electric vehicle is still more polluting in the production than it's so polluting in the production that even when it's running day to day, just because it's not producing any day to day does not, like, it completely negates any carbon offset, like any non-carbon offset it would have running day to day. For example, an internal combustion engine up to 100,000 miles is less than half as polluting. About, I think it's about 35% as polluting as an electric vehicle to 50,000. And the reason why is because if you use just the production, if you use the production stage, an electric vehicle in the production stage is 63% more polluting, because you have to factor in these big hybrid diesel machines harvesting all the lithium and cobalt and everything and every other required resource to make the batteries that go in a car. Right? Then that's just the first bit. Once you've factored in that, then you've then got to factor in the shipping of said materials, also the transport of said materials around the world. Right? Then once you factor in the shipping, then obviously you have to fit in the car bodies being made. I didn't put them in. And then once they're running as well, right, the average car on the road, and let's go talking about a big family SUV. But even then, an average car weight on the road is about 1.5 to 2 tons. Normally it's about 1.5 tons. The lightest electric vehicle on the road today weighs 2 tons and is 2 tons. The lightest electric vehicle, and that's the Honda E, like electric car. Obviously, you can't count electric motorcycles, and don't get me started on how stupid they are. Right? Yeah, the lightest four-wheeled electric vehicle on the road today weighs 2 tons. That's on public use and on public roads weighs 2 tons. Then they get bigger. Then they get just heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. I think the heaviest is the Tesla Model X, and the prices for them are ridiculous. Right? Cheapest Tesla on the market is 50 grand. Right? And you get a maximum. And that's with like the long range kit. You get 379 miles maximum, right? For 50 grand, I can go out and buy myself a car like a Ford Mustang GT, like my favourite car, and get more miles out of the tank than what that is, and even that, with having its 5-litre engine, I'll produce more carbon over its. I'll produce less carbon dioxide over its entire lifetime than one electric car will produce in the production phase. And then they say, and look, it was actually because I don't know about you guys, but like wherever you guys are based, but here in the UK we have like mobile burger vans, like where they'll go and like burger trailers and that, where they'll go around and they'll cook up burgers, breakfast sticks and stuff like that, which is like where you put like bacon, sausages, eggs, and oh, I could go for one of those right now, but they're closed. And but yeah, there's a guy that owns it. His name's Paul, amazing guy. He has a woman who works for him, and she does cooking, and she cooks the stuff really well. Like, it's like very good. And she had for like last year or two, she had an electric car, and she come to real, and I said to her, I said, like, when you get one, you'll realise how idiotic they truly are, because they say, oh, they're cheaper to run. Well, they're not. She does 100 miles a day in her car, because she gets up, she has to drive her kids to school, right? Then she has to go home, do some bits. Then she has to go to work, which is at the burger van. Then she has to go back home. Then she has to get the kids, pick the kids up from school, and all that. Electric cars are good if you live in a city such as London, New York, California, Los Angeles, sort of thing. If you live in a country where there is electric vehicle infrastructure, where you can just plug your vehicle in, you can park it in a car park or parking lot, plug your vehicle in, go to your office job, do what you have to do, come back, and the car's charged. Right? Even on a fast charger, I'm not joking. Even on a fast charger nowadays, the fastest time that you get on a fast charger is about an hour, about 45 minutes or so. It's the fastest time you get on a fast charger, and you won't even get full charge on a fast charger. You get enough mile. You get on an hour charge, you probably get, I don't know, about half the amount that and all that. But, and here's the thing, and for longer they tell you that it's cheaper. Well, it's not. I know multiple people. I know a guy who had a Volvo V50 Estate. Amazing car, brilliant car, like, can't fault it. He had one of those and he went, you know what, I don't really use it as an estate's intended. I'm going to swap out and I'm going to get myself a Polestar, one of the best rated electric vehicles on the road. And it was costing him about £40 a week, say about $60 a week, to fill his car up on fuel with the mileage he did weekly. He then got an electric car, took it in for its first, like, we drove it to work, drove it back, and I drove it to work next day. Well, he never actually got to his job, and then he was like, you know what, I'm going to charge it at the end of this week. I'm going to pull it into a fast charger, and I'm going to charge it. It cost him almost, bear in mind, he was paying 40 quid a week for the for his internal combustion engine. For the electric car, it was costing him almost £80, about $120 a week to charge that electric car. And the same thing with my friend who runs the burger van. She was saying it was cost, like, with what she was doing weekly in the car, it was costing her close to over £100 a week to charge that car. Whereas 40 quid in an internal combustion engine, you'll get over 500 miles of range. And you may think that's crazy. My 2 litre 4x4, my Skoda Yeti, and I'll pull it up on screen right. This car, my lovely Skoda Yeti 4x4 2 litre variant, right? That on a full tank, I can get close to 600-700 miles out of it, and you would think that's not possible because the factory rates them at only doing about 450. It all depends on how you drive it. I know people who drive in a very conservative manner. Even if you drive in a conservative manner in your electric vehicle, you will still only at most get 300 miles, right? And in the winter, my lady friend who has the electric vehicle, and that was saying that she would only get, that she was like fully charging the car every single night, and she was only getting at most 150 miles of range a day, because the temperature changes how an electric battery runs. Is it going to use full power? Is it going to use no power? Like, that's the thing. That's what people don't realise. But with an internal combustion engine, it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold, you don't, like, depend, as long as you're not absolutely gunning the throttle, the amount of fuel you'll use is actually minimal either way. And you think, well, my car's a 2 litre and all that, and it's a 4x4, it must be heavy and that sort of stuff. My car doesn't weigh anything more than about 1.2 tons, because I've weighed it. I stuck it on a professional weigh bridge. I also have it also came with a factory remap as well. My car has 200 horsepower, 208 to be precise, and 250 foot-pounds of torque. Factory, like, you can get those with 108. My one's a 1 of 50 model. It's called the SR model. And I would not change. And I know that car's given me some problems recently with its brakes and start motor. But these are all things that, through wear and tear, that are just old on the car, that haven't come off the car in the 10 years the car's been alive. And will I change the car for a thing? Through my years of experience working on a farm with 4x4s, there's only 1 or 2 4x4s that are better than that, if not as good as that. And that is a Land Rover Discovery 2 and a Land Rover Defender. That is it. That are public 4x4s. There's one 4x4 that is better than all of those, but that thing sits in a complete league of its own. Because the thing is, like, there isn't anything that can stop it, really. Because when it's built to shrug off a 155mm howitzer high explosive round from 30 meters away, yeah, there isn't much that can beat it. But like my car, I average 55 mpg in it. On a bad day, on a good day, I've had 62 mpg. Like, and my car's not slow. She's comfortable. She's quiet. I love her. She's a great car. And even if I factor in what she cost me and the repairs I've made and the amount of fuel that I've used, it is still less than the people who I know's charging up their electric car for 1 year. Right? And everything I've spent £500 on spare parts. I've got to take my car into a garage into a specialised garage, into a proper garage next month to try and get the brakes sorted out, because I've tried doing it, but I've been stonewalled so many times because the bolts are busted and all that, and I need to take it to a professional to get them to take it apart. Right? I got an amazing deal on the car when I bought it. Hasn't done much in the way of mileage or anything like that. I've tested the car off-road. I will leave a link to my car test video down below, and you'll get to see that this is like a couple of months after I got it, and I tested it on a cross-country course, and through a wooded area and that sort of stuff, off-road and all that, on road tyres, and it worked better than any custom built off-road buggy. And even with the stuff that I've had to pay for, the car is still not caused me any problems, and hasn't or won't cause me any problems. And this is the thing that people don't realise, is that people are going out spending ridiculous amounts of money. Like, last episode or so, like, I saw Daz Game's NPC character. Right? It's called Gaz in the game. I took pictures of it and I sent it to him on Instagram, waiting for him to get back. He had a Tesla Model 3, right? He had the car, what, a year or two? And it was falling apart because they are built crap. And this is the thing. 50 grand, people don't realise that for those of us who don't have that sort of money, £50,000 is a lot of money. £10 is a lot of £10 or $10 is a lot of money when you don't have that sort of money. Like, and I've got the same. Have the same day-to-day mentality as Daz Games does. Like, people are out there spending 2 million, and 3 million, 4 million, 5 million on cars, like the Bugatti Chiron. Everyone had to go. Everyone was like going off at him because of they saw the whole thing with like Andrew Tate or whatever, and be like, oh, like, you don't understand, like, you don't have a Bugatti and all that sort of stuff. Well, anyone in their right mind would never ever purchase a Bugatti, solely because, well, first of all, they were made in France, and France doesn't have a good track record for reliability with their vehicles. Second of all, if you are spending the type of money on a car that you can use to purchase, I don't know, a 9 million square foot house, like a big massive mansion, or you could use it to buy a farm, or even heck, a castle, because I've looked, for the same price, you're an idiot. And the only reason why you buy that car, okay, yes, the Bugatti Chiron will do 261 miles an hour. But there's only one road in the world where you're able to do that speed. And it won't be for much longer because they are making that road completely 70 miles an hour across. And that one road happens to be the Autobahn in Germany, Germany's largest motorway. Hey, and they are making, and by 2040, that will be completely 70 miles an hour. So you won't be able to do it anyway. The Koenigsegg Gemera, the world's first four-seater hypercar or supercar, right? That can come with either 800 horsepower or 2300 horsepower, 2350 horsepower. It's still £4 million, the same as the Koenigsegg Jesko. It's still 4 or 5 million pounds. The only reason why you buy one of those cars generally is just to say, ha, look at me, I'm better than you. It's for flexing, and that's it. The only reason you buy that car is to brag about it, and that genuinely is it. And the funny thing is, I know people who's gone out and bought those cars. Then they've tried to drive them in the real world and realised just how moronic and idiotic that they are. Because not only are they insane fuel users, insane gas guzzlers, they are also insanely impractical, this and the other. Like, you buy one of those cars to do what Ferrari would want you to do, essentially, and that's to stick that car in a garage and never touch it. And that's the real kicker about it. Like, you buy a car to use. I bought my car to use my car. I didn't buy it just for it to sit around and doing nothing. And right now, because I can't use it, it's absolutely tearing me to bits because I love my car. Like, I moved back into my parents' house for more than one reason. Now, I tell people it's for financial reasons, which it mostly is, but it's also because my parents need me. And what I mean by that is, back in 2022, when I was working away, my mother had to have a life-saving operation. It almost killed her. She had a hernia across her stomach, and it fused with her diaphragm and upper parts of her bowel, and it almost killed her. They had to remove bits of the hernia, and then they removed as much as they could, without killing her, and then left her. And then about a year later, the same thing happened again. And about a year or two later, the same thing happened again. If I wasn't living in the house the second time round to get my mum to the hospital as soon as she started being sick, oh dang, where's the... You're the one I was looking for. There's also someone who's walking around here drunk. But yeah, if I wasn't living in the house that second time round when my mum needed me the most, she would have died. I would never have been able to live with myself. Because after that first operation she had, me, my brothers and my dad, we came up with a contingency that if my mother ended up being sick once, I would rush her to the hospital. And there'd be nothing that they could do to stop me, because yes, okay, I could call for an ambulance and get an ambulance to come out and see her, but the ambulances could take up to an hour to hour and a half to come, and that's because our medical service and paramedic service has been slashed beyond belief because of our government being absolute morons. And the sad thing about, and that's the thing, and my car, my parents rely on my car heavily. They're not using me and all that. It was my choice. I said I would move. I moved back because I needed to. Because where I was working, I was in temporary accommodation, and that was available for the whole time that I was working where I was working. It was on-site work accommodation, and that's that. And I moved home to kind of reconnect with my family and to help look after my parents, essentially. And also because I basically became bankrupt, essentially. And I use that kind of loosely. I didn't actually become bankrupt. I had my own company, and I had to kind of, because of my medical situation as well, because those of you who don't know, I worked on a farm, and I run myself into the ground, and I basically destroyed every joint in my body, essentially. And sorry Zoe. And basically it's made it very hard for me to actually be able to work anymore. So I had to, for my own health and safety, I had to shut down and liquidate my company. But in the process of me doing that, I basically bankrupted myself at the same time. I didn't have much in the way of assets. I had a couple of people who worked for me and that sort of stuff. And for about a year, I was pretty much just, I was living on government-issued benefits for a year. Until, obviously, started doing YouTube. And now, with this, I'm making enough money to cover all my necessary bills. And yeah, I'll go from there, really. But, ooh. 21 out of 100 people's used the sauna. Come on, like, there's 49 people here. I need all of you just to go get in the sauna. Please? All of you? Really, my restocker hasn't restocked the lemonade. You know what? I'll restock the lemonade.
Welcome to Kmart.
Welcome to your mom. There we go. And why is she walking like she shit herself? But yeah, so me doing what I did, and I basically kind of screwed myself in the long run, essentially. I did it because I needed to, because I actually couldn't work. I couldn't live a normal life and work a normal way, so that's why I had to start doing YouTube. I pushed myself so far beyond the point of exhaustion, I injured myself, essentially. And that's the real kicker. That's the real kicker about it. And that's the thing. Like where I was working, I was a single man, and doing the job, or single person doing the job of 20. I was working on a 200-acre equestrian farm, doing all the land management, and then at the weekends, be riding in the horses that I would be essentially looking after. And then whilst I was at college, I was doing that 5 days a week, and I'd be getting up every morning at 6 a.m. going to tend to the horses in the morning. Then I'd do 8 hours a lesson. Then I'd tend to the horses in the evenings, and then I'd be doing what we called late evening duties. So I'll be tending to the horses again. And then, yeah, I basically just didn't stop. And I genuinely kind of just worked myself into the ground, essentially. If I didn't stop when I did, there's a very good chance I'd be completely paralyzed. And me doing what I did, I developed the condition known as fibromyalgia, which, for those of people who don't know, is basically intense, irreversible inflammation of the joints, which can be caused through like excessive force and use, or as a hereditary condition such as, or can stem from a hereditary condition such as arthritis, especially rheumatoid arthritis, to be precise. But I got it through just basically working myself to the point of no return. And yeah. And and how it affects the body, and it's something I've actually had to do a lot of looking into to kind of be able to cope with it. Is how it affects the body is it takes all the actual strength that you have and just gets rid of it. Basically, like it makes your muscles kind of atrophy a bit and stuff like that. And I used to be able to lift 200 kilos. I now struggle lifting 20. Like when I wasn't putting my entire body into it, I was just using my hands to lift stuff up, I used to be able to carry 20 kilos per hand. I used to be able to deadlift close to about 200 kilos, carry 20 kilos per hand, just normal. Now I struggle lifting 2-litre bottles and stuff like that when they're full, and it hurts, and all my joints hurt, everything hurts. I wake up in the morning, I'm in pain. I take painkillers. I've actually had to become a painkiller addict. I've never wanted to be an addict of anything, but I am. This is cocodamol, basically, as Americans would call it, Vicodin. I take so much of this a day, I might as well be the character Dr. House. Like, I'll go through 1 ream of this a day, and like over 1 ream actually, because I've used the equivalent of, because I used this one earlier, and this one had about 4 in it already, so that was 2 doses. I took a dose about an hour ago, and I'm still in pain. It just about knocks the top of the pain off to make it bearable. I'm taking that. I'm taking insanely strong anti-inflammatory drugs, kind of like ibuprofens, but don't want to destroy my kidneys, so taking something other than ibuprofens, or as it's also known, or as we call it over here, naproxen, which is basically ibuprofen and on steroids, essentially. And yeah, I've had to basically become a functioning pill addict to be able to wake up in the morning and get out of bed, because otherwise the pain is genuinely that bad. I actually can't get out of bed. I can't lay on my side like I used to. I have to lay on my back. It's bad enough that I don't sleep. I don't have a regular sleep schedule, but now my sleep is completely thrown out of whack even more, because I try to go to sleep and then I'm in pain. I wake up to go downstairs, because I live in a 3-story house. I've got a ground floor, first floor, and then second floor. I live on my bedroom's on the 2nd floor. The nearest bathroom's in the middle floor, and like my entire room, it may just look like it. My room is 3 meters by, well, it's like 4 meters by 3 meters. It's 3 meters this way, 4 meters that way. Right? My room is tiny. Egg. Who's that? Yeah, I got barely any room going, and it takes me, when I say, if you've seen me on live stream, and I say, oh, I'm going to the toilet, and I could be gone for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Some of the times I'll go get food. Other times it just takes me that long to get down the stairs because of how much pain I'm in. I can't get downstairs. I can't walk downstairs normally. I have to kind of sidestep and go down that way, because if I try to step down normally, the pain I have on my joints is so... It's actually, I can't describe how bad the pain is, but it's so bad that it basically incapacitates me, essentially, or it cripples me in a way. It generally affects my quality of life, and that's a big and because of that and everything else I've had going is why I'm now doing YouTube. But I'm doing YouTube because it's something that I love, and I will always love being able to go out, work with horses, ride horses, that sort of stuff. And that's something I'm truly passionate about. But it's taken me years to be able to kind of sit in front of a computer for as long as I do, playing video games or doing anything related in front of a computer for as long as I do it. It's taken me years to be able to get to this point. But would I, if I was given the choice, would I go back and do it again? Absolutely, I would. Dang it. I truly am enjoying this. Like, obviously, I'm able to play games with my friends a lot more like kind of me and Brendan's kind of reconnected. Like I've got some series going with Alex and stuff like that. I'm able to try out new games, which makes me happy. 8 and 8 makes, well, that's 16 of one. Yeah, there we go. You know what, I'm actually going to see if that's actually any good. Obviously then we've got the vacuum cleaner. Trash bag. Wait. There's a face, there's a pervert here. There. Yeah, I got you, cheater. Holy cow. I mean, it works pretty well, to be fair. Oh, crap. But yeah, well, this works pretty well. I'm going to keep this. What, when, who, what, where. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, scream and run like the little bitch that you are. Do-do-do. Lemonade, add lemon, done. Michaela, you better go restock it. Oh, well, I'll do it.
Welcome to Kmart.
Right. I do. Oh wait, hang on. 20. Only 26 people. I've only had 26 out of 100 people use the sauna. You have got to be crapping me, really. I think it could be because of where I have it placed. No, screw you, Zoe. This one's mine. But I know it seems like I'm just kind of ranting and rambling a little bit. It's just kind of just is the truth, though. So kind of about it. It is the truth. My life went downhill at such a rate that. There's the drunkard. I knew that. Oh, there's someone around here. Rats. But yeah, and now I'm here doing YouTube. I'm on just shy of 8,200 subscribers. I'll be honest, I would have loved to have been at 10k already, but obviously things take time. But the sad thing about it, though, is that you know what? I'm gonna get the vacuum. Sad thing about it is that because I didn't hit 10k, but unless I hit 10k by the 31st of December, New Year's Day, there won't be a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. And I had it all planned and everything. I was going to give away something really good. Oh. And that's the thing, I said to people about doing it. Everyone asked me to do the giveaway at 10,000 subscribers because I've done one at every what I thought is every milestone. So I did one at like 100 subscribers, I did one at 500, one at 1,000, I did one at 5,000, and I was going to do one at 10. But and I wanted to kind of put a bit of a suspense to it and stuff like that. So I said I'll do it providing we hit 10,000 subscribers before New Year's. And how things are going, we're not going to, because it's what, the 11th of December, and if I check and update this bar real quick, I will. Once I'll be able to show you what we're on as of how many subscribers we're on as of today. 1 second, guys. Right, guys, as you can see at the bottom of the screen right now, it's the goal. The number that we're on is 8,178. We have 19 days to hit 10,000 subscribers. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I want it to happen? Absolutely. Because it means that not only would I benefit from it, but you guys would as well. Because I'll be doing an open giveaway, and if you go through and look at giveaways I've done before, I basically get everyone to submit their name on a video. I would put that name, I'd do a live stream, I'd put that name on a randomized spin wheel on Google, spin the name, and then spin it, whatever name gets picked, that's the name that wins. That's what I would do and how I do it, and I have paid out actual surprises before. I had people ask, I had two winners, I had a couple of winners last time, and one of them wanted an Amazon card, so I paid that, gave them the code. Another one wanted like a Steam card or a PayPal transfer. I did that. And I was going to do my biggest one yet, but if we don't hit 10,000 in the next 19 days, it won't happen, or it won't be the same sort of giveaway. I'll do one with a smaller reward, but it just is what it is. Prestige pools. Oh yes, these ones. Now let me. Put this over here. I'm gonna have to move the diving board. By March, only has to come here. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, let me get the paint roller brush. So I can paint them. Green. Yellow. And then black. There we go. Beautiful. 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 But yeah, this is basically what's been happening. So unless you guys want that giveaway to happen in the next 19 days, well, actually, by the time you see this video, that date would have already passed. So if you want that giveaway to happen, please obviously just let me know in the comments down below. But it won't happen. It won't be happening before the 31st at this rate. So but I'll probably like halve the reward and try again if we hit 20k before the end of next year. Like heck, if I hit 100k, I'd go big, like proper big. But yeah, guys, as always, if you like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Be on the lookout for new videos, new live streams, and all that good stuff. Don't forget, go check out my merch and the P.O Box. Let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like to see. The links to my merch and my P.O Box are in the description down below. And I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.